contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first from Dallas, Texas, he is the PCW National Heavyweight Champion, the Nemesis, James Taylor. His opponent from the UK, weighing in at 245 pounds, he is the PWF World's Heavyweight Champion, Tom Duff. Brand new PWF World's Heavyweight Champion on the way to the ring. And James, look at the Nemesis. And Tom Duff already seeing and scouting what the Nemesis was going to do and caught him off guard right there at the side. And James Taylor showing his wisdom right back at him. This is a test. This is a test, ladies and gentlemen. He is testing the new champion. Yes, he just beat the god of PWF just this past Sunday in a hellacious TLC match. Beautiful vertical suplex by the Nemesis as James taunts his opponent. Referee Jack Smith trying to get this taken care of and underway as the Nemesis starts stomping and stomping the brand new world's champion in the corner. Man, I'll tell you what, just a little over 72 hours ago, Tom Duff was in that hellacious TLC match with Peter Richards, and those guys just beat the living hell out of each other. You gotta understand that Tom is probably hurting very bad from that match, but the Nemesis was in a match of his own. Nice Samoan drop by Tom Duff. Both these men sure do have history. What a short arm clothesline by Tom Duff to the Nemesis, the reigning PCW National Heavyweight Champion, who's going this Sunday at PCW Mania to go against the Enlightened One Buddha, who is now a contender in the Elimination Chamber. That's going to happen on May the 2nd at PWF Vendetta. Side Russian leg sweep to James Taylor's arm just right outside in front of us. And the Nemesis right back up. The referee counting, trying to get this under control. And they're going to fight towards the crowd now. Just putting this show on. Ladies and gentlemen, we've taken our last commercial break, and this has just been one hell of a show. And now James, he's letting Tom know that he's not number one. Oh man, Tom already he's wrenching on that arm. I think if he takes out James Taylor's arm, he knows that the Nemesis can't hit a stunner. And Tom, they basically taking control of this match. You got to be wondering if Peter Richards is sitting at home right now watching this main event. If he's watching James Taylor take on Tom Duff, it's got to be eating him alive. We don't know how long Peter Richards is going to be out of action. Hard right hands. And now the Nemesis showing that skill that he's got with a neck breaker. He's just taking it to Tom Duff tonight. Tom just cannot get the nemesis, and again, those right hands just knocking the champion down. Peter Richards got to be at home, though, ladies and gentlemen. He's got to be at home sitting there wondering what he's got to do to get back into the ring, to get back his championship. Another suplex by the nemesis. And the referee just making sure that these guys follow the rules. James Taylor hooking the champion up again. Oh, Tom trying to counter, but the nemesis right back up. A third vertical suplex. This is an ultimate test for the champion. I know James Taylor said just earlier today when I got to talk to him, he was talking about he wanted to test the brand new champion. He wanted to see if he had what it took to hang with the big boys, to be able to hold this company on his shoulders, just like James Taylor is doing with PCW. But the nemesis, yes, he is the owner of this. He doesn't want a title. Knife edge chop echoing through this arena. Hard right hand. He is the owner of this promotion, but all he's wanting to do is make sure that the superstar that is his champion is the best that there can be. That's why Peter Richards held it for over 4 weeks. But now we got an Elimination Chamber coming up May the 2nd. And oh, Tom Guff. Tom Guff doing like a small package slam. Oh my God. Knocking down the national champion. And then a 2 count. Just barely a 2 count. James kicked out. You gotta sit there and think and wonder that if Buddha, Irish Outlaw, Rage, all of them are sitting at ringside or back in the back watching this match to see if the champion has. Oh, very close. 2.5. 2.5 to James Taylor. And now Tom begging for the nemesis to get up. What is he going for? He's going for a cutter of some sort. The nemesis blocked it. Went for his own move, but Tom reversed that into another counter, into a reverse DDT by the nemesis, the 20-year veteran. Taking it to Tom, and now a rake to the eyes with that foot. Taking his boot and raking him across the eyes. Another knife edge chop and a back elbow. James Taylor just dishing it to Tom Guff, knocking the champion down. Tom getting out of the ring. What's James doing? Right through the middle rope. Wow, what a dive. A suicide dive. Look at this again, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this, folks. Look at James just diving right there and just elbowing Tom Guff right in his chin, knocking the champion down. Nemesis is definitely in control now of this situation. Referee starting his count as James Taylor grabs Tom Guff, but Tom reversing. He's got James up against the barrier, and now he's dishing out his right hands. I can't believe we've had one hell of a night tonight already. We've seen a brand new faction with Skippy the Clown, Leech, and Mo Viper. I think they're going to be calling themselves the Walkers of Death, but I'm really not too sure. And then we've got Center, who just became the #1 contender to the 4-of-a-kind championship against Prodigy, but Jax Amadeus returned and dished out some punishment of his own. James going for a stunner! Stunner! This has got to be over as he pins the champion. This is short-lived. Oh, the world's champion just kicked out. 2.5, almost 3. That's how many people can you think that kick out of this stunner, ladies and gentlemen? It's a short list, folks. A short list as Tom Guff kicked out of the stunner from the nemesis, and now both men desperately trying to hit each other. James with another right hand. Tom has got to be spent. He is hurting. He is hurting hard, and now he's got James in the corner, turning him around. Don't know what's going to happen next here as he sits the nemesis up on top. Man, these two men are just beating the living hell out of each other. And James and Tom up top. Tom Guff with a German suplex from the top rope. And he's not going for a pin. That might have been his mistake right there. He should have tried to pin the nemesis after that. But Tom, he's just wanting to give all the punishment he can to James Taylor. I think he knows deep down that it's going to take more of an effort than just a German suplex or any type of move such as that to take out the champion. Oh, back elbow. James back in control as he's sitting up against the turnbuckle like that. Yeah, Peter Richards, medical The medical team told us that Peter Richards sustained an injury, a rib injury, and he's going to be out anywhere from 2 to 3 months. We don't know when his return is going to be, but we'll definitely keep you updated on that, folks. As James is on the outside of the ring, going to get Tom Guff, but Tom meeting him. He's already got him right here out in front of us, hitting him with another short arm clothesline. The referee starting his count. And both men right into the ring post. Oh my God. James Taylor taking control of Tom Guff yet again. Oh no, come on. James, don't do that. He's messing with the table. He's setting the table up for something. So he threw the side off, and then now he's back into the ring. I think he's breaking the referee's 10 count. Yes, he broke the 10 count. And now the Nemesis taking Tom Guff to the ring post again. He's just trying to bust him open. I think he's trying to hurt him. Throws him into the barricade. And then right back into the turnbuckle. Or right into the ring post. James setting him up. He is doing everything he can to hurt this man. And James with a... Oh my God! A big boot to the champion's skull. Yes, the fans chanting, "This is awesome, this is awesome." These two men literally have a history and hate each other's guts. James Taylor does not like Tom Guff. He never has, and Tom the same. Even though Tom Guff has mentioned that he has respect for the Nemesis, he sure has. He sure has hated this man at the same time with a butterfly tiger suplex is what that was. James rolling out of the ring to avoid the pinfall. How is... Oh man, I think he's trying to shake those cobwebs loose. He's back into the barricade as James goes right back for him. These two men beating the hell out of each other. And James with another... Whoa! He went for a military press, but he's just been busted open. He's just been busted open by Tom Guff. Tom just taking it to James Taylor. And now, both men need to get back in before they hit that 10 count. I think, yep, Tom Guff's going to go in and see if he can break the referee's 10 count, unless he plans on winning by a count out. James is out right in front of us. Man, what else is going to happen here tonight? We had the champion versus champion match. James with some more right hands. Prodigy defeated Hendog. That was an amazing match earlier tonight, but then we saw Prince Low-Key return. He lost the belt to Prodigy just a couple of weeks ago in a ladder match, but he is returning now. Oh, Tom Guff. Tom Guff taking James to the table, and the Nemesis reversing again. But Prince Low-Key came in, and then low blowed our champion, showing disrespect, and I think he wants his title back. But what's that going to mean for Center being the #1 contender? Maybe we'll find out next week at Accelerate 13. Tom Guff right back outside. James tossing him right back in. These two men just all over the place. James taking it to the champion. He is not letting up. He is not going easy on this man. Now he's throwing him against the ropes. Nice little leapfrog. And James going for a belly-to-belly, but the champion reverses with a hip toss. And now going for a pinfall. This is it. This is it right here. 2 count. Oh, 2 3/4. As you can see, Tom get a little aggravated at the referee, telling him he needed to count faster. He's got to do everything he can to keep this man down, but the question is, can he keep James Taylor down with another right hand and a kick? Oh, and a cannonball. Listen to this ovation. Listen to these fans as they're going nuts for this match, this main event. This main event is just going, and now we're going for another pinfall. I think that might be it for the Nemesis. James kicked out again. Near fall. This has been a roller coaster ride ever since the start of it. The entire show. Nice fireman's carry, and then Tom, what's he doing? He's got James. Oh, with a cutter. He hit James with the cutter. 1, 2, 3. Now that was one hell of a main event. That was a hard-fought victory to a match of the ages. Tom Guff finally beat James Taylor 1-on-1, 1, 2, 3. But that doesn't matter now. What matters is that Tom Guff is still going to PWF Extinction as the PWF World Heavyweight Champion. as he's going to take on Rage, Irish Outlaw, Buddha, and Leech inside Elimination Chamber. But there's still one more member that we are going to have to find out who's going to be in that match. Maybe we'll find out next week at Accelerate. But until then, thank you everybody.